Well, if you watch the movie Moneyball, there's that character played by Brad Pitt, Billy Bean, and he says, how can you not be romantic about baseball? Blue skies, the crack of the bat, the hot dogs, the seventh inning stretch, an American original with everything sectioned into perfect threes so as to give every player an even chance.
Well, the left seems to have taken the romantic part out the wrong way. I mean, the York Revolution in Pennsylvania, this is a professional baseball team of the Atlantic League, has now been forced to forfeit a game after players they refused to wear pride-themed jerseys. And then the team management, they didn't hesitate to throw their players under the bus, calling the incident, quote, deeply troubling. Let's talk about it. Bring in Ted Nugent. He's a rock and roll legend and the 2026 American Outdoor Sportsman of the Year. Sir, what do you think about these baseball players saying, you know what, I'm not going to wear these pride jerseys? And then you also have those other MLB players that put the Bible verse next to that pride emblem. What do you think about that?
Well, Edie and Lydia, thanks for having me on Newsmax. You guys celebrate truth, logic, and common sense, so you people deserve me. And I know these baseball players. These guys are athletes. These guys are rugged individuals. These are my hunting buddies. Kurt Gibson is my hunting buddy. We'll talk about that in a minute. But these people are down to earth and grounded, and they know that the rainbow flag represents evil, represents child molestation, represents drag queen story hour, perverting little boys and girls with parents that are too stupid to be good parents. So I support them 100%. The rainbow flag is not harmless. It's harmful, and we should all demand they're getting rid of it. It's really embarrassing. But you know what? Truth, logic, and common sense seems to be running wild, and it's kryptonite to the left. So let them show their indecency, and we'll crush them. I love crushing indecency, don't you?
Talk about flags, though. There was a poll that was released, and it's kind of dispiriting, I think. It shows that there's a difference in the patriotism levels between the two main political parties and their voters. One showing that only 27% of people who identify as Democrat plan on displaying the American flag on July 4th this year. Another showing that while 51% of those polled are very proud to be an American, a disturbing 11% said they're not proud at all. How do people get like that?
Well, we've always talked about it's really tragic, and it's so obvious, it's glaringly obvious that the anti-education system, the teachers union, have intentionally and successfully dumbed down America, and this is the manifestation of cultural deprivation. Here's my pride flag. I'm having the best concerts of my life with real hell-raising patriots out there every night dancing, and the girls are dancing and the kids are singing my song. So this is the 250th anniversary of the only dream available to mankind. It's called the American dream, putting your heart and soul into being the best that you can be. So you're in the asset column, providing for, protecting, earning your own way, living within your means, saving for a rainy day. Boy, could I be any more radical or extreme than that? But it's alive and well out there. I hang out and share campfires with heroes of the military and law enforcement, just great welders and mechanics. Welders are my favorite people. And they know that Newsmax, and God bless you guys, because truth, logic, and common sense is not rare. It's ubiquitous, but media over the years, Hollywood, academia, and the whole big mouth powers out there, they literally are just pure rot, and we laugh in their face. I like when the other side exposes their insanity because it's funny. I laugh in their face. Remember, 250 years is based on defiance. Right. We are a defiant, independent people, and that's what the founding fathers want. You're looking at one.
I know you're defiant about this next topic, Ted. In Oregon, $1.2 billion industry announcing a potential ban on hunting, fishing, and even some livestock breeding practices that you'd have to, ask a cow for permission in order to artificially inseminate it because it would be basically a sex crime.
A felony sex crime.
And now even some Democrats are calling this insane. Listen to this.
It's ridiculous. It is extreme, and the people gathering signatures. So for people who don't know what IP28 is, it would make it illegal to kill any animal except in self-defense. Any animal, which kills our commercial fishing industry. It, no lie, makes it a felony sex crime to artificially inseminate a cow. What? That's insane.
That's pretty crazy. I'm looking at you. Look at you. You're out there in your gear, getting ready to hunt. You're in what? Central Texas?
They want us to eat
Yeah, I'm in
bugs,
Central
Edie.
Texas,
They want
but
us to eat bugs, Ted. They want us to eat bugs and like it and shut our mouths.
But you go out there and you can be self-sufficient, can't you?
You know, I got to tell you, my wife Shemaine and I, we have a Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild TV show celebrating hands-on conservation, real environmentalism by managing and optimizing wildlife habitat, which is the only source of quality of life, quality air, soil, and water. We donate tons of sacred, pure, organic venison every year to soup kitchens and homeless shelters. And these goons that are against that procedure have exposed themselves to be the most indecent, toxic, evil goons in the world. But let me tell you, you know who I am? I'm Ted Nugent. I got some inside information. This insane bill was actually proposed because they know we're going to blow it up. We're going to cut it down. We're going to shut it down. We're going to destroy it. Because hunting, fishing, and trapping, farming and ranching, food production is the essence of life. Even the guitar player that wrote Wango Tango knows this stuff. So I'm going to hunt and fish and trap. It's going to be the best year of my life and the worst for my enemies. We're going to crush these anti-hunting, animal rights, scamming regulations that is destroying the conservation ethic in America. We have hunternation.org. You're going to put it on the screen for me. Hunternation.org is making sure we vote for representatives who are Christian, constitutional, conservative, and conservationist. That's why John James in Michigan, Gina Johnson, my buddy Bill Sage, Pat Curry in Texas, we're getting real hands-on, down-to-earth conservationists elected. HunterNation.org is the fist in the fight to make America great again. How simple is that?
Real quick, speaking of Hunter Biden, the former first son, he wants to fight Don Jr. He wants a cage match between him and Don Jr. He was just not on the South Lawn. Who are you taking, Hunter or Don Jr., Ted Nugent?
I mean, you got to be kidding. It'd be like wrestling a torso with no muscle. You know, Don Jr. is a great athlete. He's a great hunter. He's a great man. He's a great patriot. And Hunter Biden is a goon. This guy is a perfect Democrat. This guy represents everything the Democrats believe in, which is why I can't believe we don't see the horns growing out of his head. But I'd love to see that match. I'm not a big fan of guys beating each other up, but I'd like to see this one.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm looking at your home there, and it feels like I'm sitting in Carl Higby's living room. We were out shooting last weekend, and he's got all the heads on the wall, you know. But as you said, a lot of hunters donate untold amounts of food to food pantries across the country, and it really is something that a lot of them rely on.
I've never been hunting. Maybe Ted Nugent will take me hunting.
He lives in a beautiful part of the state.
My wife is the queen of the forest. When my wife grabs her Matthews bow, I sharpen a knife because there's going to be dinner on the hoof any minute. But let me tell you, nobody knows this, but they're going to know it on Newsmax. We donate billions of venison meals to homeless shelters and neighbor kitchens, and it's the only organic food available to mankind. Yeah. That's why at 78 years clean and sober, I'm cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock.
You certainly are.
I'm healthy because I eat dead meat that I killed myself and handle it with reverence.
Ted Nugent, you have made my day. I started it in the makeup room listening to Cat Scratch Fever. And
she definitely was.
And I love having you on the program. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm too sexy for my Glock. No apology.